Good morning. Today is Wednesday, November 5th. Thanks for joining us on Up to the Minute. I'm Dr. Lana Pigal, Communications Director of Northwest College, with co-host Sharday Campbell. She is the Enrollment Communications and Social Media Manager. So we are halfway through the first week of us turning back time. How you doing with that?
I thought I would feel the extra hour like with an energy. It's not there. It's not there. I don't know. I feel like I still have the same amount of hours. My brother called me yesterday and he was like, "How does it feel to drive home in the dark?" And I was like, "I actually hate driving in the dark in the morning more so than going home at night. It just feels like I should be at home in the wee hours of the morning," but I was okay at night.
They did a survey, and most folks want the daylight to last longer as opposed to it being bright in the morning.
But I actually saw, because daylight savings has been a hot topic for a while. They did try a trial run for like a year, and some parts of the country didn't get light until like 9 o'clock. So all the kids are going to school in the dark. It just didn't work, and they reversed it back to doing daylight savings time. So a lot of commotion, but there was a trial run to let us know this is probably the best.
In Hawaii, we just keep our clocks the way they are.
Interesting.
Okay. Well, anyway, go ahead and tell everyone how they can find us.
Well, first, make sure your clock is set back and you know what time we're coming on. We're on Houston City College District Facebook page and YouTube. We're also on X, LinkedIn, and on HCC TV at noon, 5 and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
And later in the show for Good Works Wednesday, we'll discover how you can help bring Thanksgiving to isolated people through Operation Turkey. Melanie Dubendorff, thanks for joining us this morning. We will be with you in about 10 minutes, but first we're joined by Dr. Shannon Evans, who is lead counselor for Counseling and Ability Services at Southwest College. Good morning, Dr. Evans.
Hi, good morning.
Well, let's get right into it. We are rapidly approaching the end of the semester. You know, that causes a lot of anxiety. We've got classes wrapping up and the holidays are ahead. I got to tell you, November 1st, this past Saturday, my subdivision already had the Christmas wreaths up. Yeah, so it becomes a stressful time. And Houston City College has a robust counseling and ability services department. So give us an overview of the mission of counseling.
Absolutely. So we are part of the holistic student support team, and we are here to help enrolled HCC students maximize their academic performance and achieve their academic goals.
So tell us about the services available to students and how those services are offered.
Sure. So accessibility is very important for us. So we ensure that our services are offered in person across HCC at all of the campuses, via telehealth through Microsoft Teams, and also through phone. So we try to provide services any way the student needs them.
Now, what are the qualifications of the counselors at HCC?
So all of our counselors are licensed mental health providers in the state of Texas. So we have licensed professional counselors known as LPCs, licensed clinical social workers known as LCSWs, and we have a licensed marriage and family therapist as well.
ADA accommodations are part of what you do. How would a student know if they might qualify for ADA accommodations, and how would they get started?
A great question. First way to start is that if you were a student who at any point in your educational career had academic accommodations for a documented disability, reach out to the counseling center. That off the bat will help us connect you to the services that you need and start the application process. The best way in college, students have to self-identify, so they need to reach out to whichever center is local to them. They could reach out to anybody, and we'll make sure we connect you to the right department.
Right. Now, we do provide Title IX accommodations. What are those accommodations?
So they vary. It's very much tailored to the need of the student. It could be extension on assignments to extra time on exams. And again, meeting with an ADA specific counselor will help the student clarify what it is that they need and what it is that HCC can provide to help support them through that time.
Now, I would imagine that some folks, when they think of counseling, they think of going and seeing somebody and laying on a sofa and telling them all their issues. And they might also imagine that the sessions are where they learn to deal better with personal challenges. What is a session like, and do you provide that type of help as well?
We sure do. So we provide personal counseling short term for any enrolled HCC student. And you're right. A lot of times there's an idea of what it's like to go into a counselor's office, but it really varies based off of the person you're meeting with. So I always tell students, think of it as you're meeting somebody new and you're having a conversation, and you dictate that conversation. So a student can share whatever they want to or whatever they don't want to with the counselor. Our goal is really to help provide them solutions to any challenges that they're facing and help them navigate those.
Let's talk about some challenges that folks might not think is worthy of counseling. What are some things that students might be dealing with right now that you all can help them with?
You started off with we're mid-semester coming up to final exams, the academic stress, in addition to holiday stress and just the time of the year. If students are feeling a little bit more anxious than usual, a little bit more anxious or stressed about their academics, they most certainly can reach out to a counselor. And it just could be one session. They don't have to commit to 3 or 5. It could be, hey, I just need to talk this through with somebody. That's what we're here for.
So there's just a lot of stuff going on culturally right now. Politically, we know so many members of our community are struggling with basic needs. Can you connect students with resources for those needs?
We most certainly can, and that's part of us being a holistic support system. So there's a basic needs application that students can complete. They also could just come into one of the counseling centers and speak to one of the counselors to let them know what is happening. And we could connect them to resources in terms of housing, food, healthcare, to make sure that they get the support that they need.
Right. What is the easiest way to get started with counseling services?
Best way to get started is visit our website. We have a robust website that has all of the contact information for the different counseling offices throughout HCC. And you could contact us via email or phone. You could also go to a counseling center, depending on what campus you're at. At Southwest, we have physical offices in Stafford and in our West Loop campuses.
So every college has counseling services, is that correct?
That's correct, including online.
I was just going to ask, because some students might be a little shy, a little hesitant to come in person. So you all do offer online services.
Absolutely. If that's what works best for the student, we have secure ways of doing video sessions.
Great. Well, let's go back to Title IX and talk about parenting and pregnancy. What kind of help do you have for students who are dealing with those challenges?
So if a student is a pregnant student and again, enrolled in classes, we could work with them and their professors to ensure that they complete their course of study and the pregnancy doesn't impede that. So that might be an extension on courses. It may be an extension on different types of assignments that they have. So we help support them in conjunction and collaboration with our faculty to ensure that they can continue their course of study. Same thing with parenting folks. So if somebody is a new parent, there can be adjustments made to their course of study to ensure that they can stay enrolled and they can complete accordingly.
Now, what if it's not a person who's pregnant or female? If there's a male student who's dealing with parenting issues, they have the ability to come and speak to you as well, correct?
Absolutely. So it's a parent, doesn't matter if it's male, female. Same thing if there's a student who experiences domestic violence or gender-based violence and they are looking for Title IX support, they can also be referred to the counseling center and we could help them navigate the resources that are available to them.
Yeah, Dr. Evans, I probably should have prefaced my question with, can you tell us what Title IX is and what it covers?
Well, I'm going to give you a very short snippet of what it is because we have a robust Title IX office. Essentially, Title IX it's a federal law that protects folks against certain types of situations, such as gender-based violence, issues related to parenting and pregnancy, stalking, dating violence, sexual assault. So it's protective measures to make sure that if anybody has experienced those things, is a victim, survivor, or thriving from those events, that there are supports embedded to help them.
So, if a student is experiencing any of those things and they come to you all, how are the students protected?
Sure. So the interesting thing with the counseling center, so Title IX, everybody at HCC has to abide by the Title IX guidelines. Counselors are not required to report specific details about students who present to them. So we are a confidential resource. First, if a student was to speak to a faculty member about certain things that fall under Title IX, that faculty member is required to report that to the Title IX office. So counselors provide a confidential way for, let's say, a student's not sure if they want to report. They can go to a counselor, speak to them about the situation, and process what's the best steps for them.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. Folks may think we're only here to provide academic support, but we are here at HCC to provide support for the whole person. And I think counseling services is very important for folks to know that services are available to them for whatever their needs are.
Totally agree. And the great thing is that these services are free to students. There's no out-of-pocket fee. It's covered with tuition.
You know, I had an uncle who would say free is the right price. So thank you, Dr. Shannon Evans, lead counselor for Counseling and Ability Services at Southwest College. We will have all your information in our post after this show.
Thanks so much.
And up after a quick commercial break, Sade will talk turkey with our Good Works Wednesday guest.
For over 50 years, HCC has been here for you. Affordable, accessible, focused on your success. This is your college, growing, evolving, expanding with you. More bachelor's degrees, stronger workforce training, online learning with global reach. A new name, the same mission, bigger vision. Houston City College, local focus, global reach. Register now at hccs.edu.
Our individual voices are powerful, but not everything has a voice. Let us be a voice to the voiceless. It's time to speak up for nature.
Poison Help is a free 24/7 hotline that answers all of your poison questions in over 100 languages.
Hello? Poison Help?
Hello? When poison happens, we're here for you. Just call Poison Help, 1-800-222-1222.
All right, welcome back. Moving on to our Good Works Wednesday guest, Melanie Dubendorff, who is the site leader for Operation Turkey Katy location and president of the Rotary Club of Greater Houston Veterans. Welcome back to the show, Melanie.
Thank you for having me.
So happy to have you on the show at a time such as this, during this time of year. I always reflect back on never grow weary of doing good, and you all are doing good work, but oftentimes good work starts with, man, I think somebody should do something about this. But there's this one person who takes the first steps and says, no, I should do something about this. And that's what sparked Operation Turkey. Tell everyone how it began.
Yeah, so back in 2000, most people, when they go to a Thanksgiving meal, you usually leave with some kind of leftovers, right? There's usually food that's left over. Well, our originator, if you will, Richard, was on his way home with his leftovers and passed by a homeless camp there in Austin. Pulled over and decided to give his food to a gentleman there that was a homeless man in a wheelchair. The man couldn't thank him because he was mentally challenged, but there was another homeless man that was next to him that said thank you and fed the meal to the man in the wheelchair. And that really just set it off at that point.
Yes, and that happened in Austin. When did that come to Houston? When did Operation Turkey come to Houston?
So that was in 2000, and then in 2010 it moved to Bastrop, the headquarters. Well, in 2000, when the pandemic hit, everyone was very concerned that there were going to be a lot of people who were not going to receive any meals at all. So the Greater Houston Veterans Club brought it to decided, I guess, to take on that task of hosting it here in Houston. So that all hit in the pandemic.
Yeah, and okay, so this started in, it sounded like this started in 2000. So has it been about 20 years since this has been?
Yes, it
Yeah,
has.
okay.
But
Yes,
here
and
in Houston, this is year 6.
year 6. Okay. And how many, so you all have been progressively growing and also connecting with strategic partnerships to scale it and bring it to other areas. So having that partner in the Rotary Club of the Greater Houston area, how many meals are y'all expecting to be able to serve this year?
Every year we increase it. This year we will have 4 locations, and over those 4 locations, we are going to feed 13,500 meals to those who would otherwise not have a Thanksgiving meal on Thanksgiving Day.
And I'm sure this takes a mighty fundraising effort. 13,000 meals is incredible, especially since it started with 1, right? Imagine how far that came. So how are you all raising money? Who is contributing to this in the Houston area?
Well, we have a very small but mighty fundraising team that goes around asking for donations. This is all donations. The Rotary clubs all across the Greater Houston area get involved. We also have some major sponsors. We have individual sponsors, but every single thing is donated, every penny, and every time, every minute. That is, we're all volunteer. Sorry, we're all volunteers as well.
Wow. This is such great work, and I'm sure a lot of people look forward to being able to have this as an option on Thanksgiving Day. And you all begin, like you said, the time, right? How does all of this get pulled together? How early do you all start with getting this effort out to get all these meals out?
Behind the scenes, we start as soon as the last year ended. So there's a whole lot of things that go on behind the scenes, obviously with sponsors and donations and requesting those. But the forward facing that you see, that the general public sees, starts the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. We all show up at 6 o'clock in the morning. If that's too early, you can show up later in the day. But our volunteers start at 6 a.m. and we go till 6 o'clock p.m. That is the day that we cook all of our turkeys. Over 650 turkeys will be cooked this year. We smoke them all the same day. We package all the food together. We put all the sides, the corn, the green beans, the mashed potatoes, the pumpkin pie, all the good stuff. We separate those and we put those into the little ramekins. That all gets done on Wednesday. And then Thursday morning, we start back up at 6 a.m. We package them all together in the styrofoam containers that the children have already colored on. We decorate every single one of them. We have something for everybody to do. We put those in those containers on Thursday morning. And then we have volunteer drivers who will actually take those meals and deliver them to the homes of those that are in need.
Okay, so you all have 13 locations, but y'all are also delivering meals.
Four
So are
locations.
people coming to you and you all are delivering meals, or do you deliver all of them?
We deliver them all. We want people to be able to stay in their home for Thanksgiving Day. And we also have our volunteers that are done by noon on Thanksgiving Day, so they can also go home and spend the rest of the day with their families.
That is absolutely incredible. I can't even imagine the logistics of 13,000 meals across the greater Houston city area. People don't realize how big we are until they really get here and try to go from the north to the south side in an Uber, right? For people who visit. Like this is a large city. And for those, you can still have time to get home to make sure you make memories with your family. So for those that want to get involved, how can they do so?
Well, they can volunteer with us. You can go to our website, RotaryD5890.org. That is our Rotary District 5890 website. And everything is on there. Also, you can follow us on Facebook, Operation Turkey Houston. You can sign up online to volunteer. You can sign up online to sponsor or donate as well. And it's a great place for those who are needing volunteer hours as well.
Absolutely. I'm thinking that Lana and I need to share this with our campuses, our student leaders. It sounds like a good opportunity to see how HCC and our faculty and staff and students can get involved. But for those who are in need, who need the meals, how can they sign up for a meal?
So that was also on the website. Everything is done online. And really, there's not a whole lot that a lot of information that is required. So it's very, very safe. And we want everyone to be able to keep their pride intact, right? So everything is confidential and you can just register online.
And I mean, there are not a lot of opportunities where you don't have to prove or show documentation of need. This is a service, and to your point, keeping the dignity in it and allowing people to serve and allowing people to get what they need. This is what the spirit of the season is all about. This, you all are doing incredible work. We want to make sure to share this resource far and wide throughout our HCC community. Want to thank you for coming on to the show today. We're going to have information posted after the show so you can learn either how to help or how to benefit from the great work that they are doing. We've been talking to Melanie Dubendorff, who is the site leader of Operation Turkey Katy location and the president of the Rotary Club of the Greater Houston area. And when we come back, we'll be back with news and announcements. Thanks so much for joining us, Melanie.
Thank you so much for having me.
HCC ha estado para ti, accesible y enfocado en tus éxitos. Más carreras, formación avanzada, aprendizaje global en línea. Nuevo nombre, misma misión, visión más amplia. Houston City College. Regístrate en hcc.edu.
Art is hard.
But not as hard as living in an over-policed community.
Art is hard.
But not as hard as accessing mental health resources.
Art is hard.
But not as hard as being uprooted by gentrification. At Artistic Noise, art creates a community for system-impacted youth to be seen
and heard.
Learn more at artisticnoise.org.
Welcome back to Up to the Minute. Now time for announcements. Recipes for Success Stress Management workshops will be going on. Are you stressed out? Learn proven techniques to manage stress and improve well-being. Whether you're dealing with work pressures, personal struggles, classes, or simply want to improve your overall well-being, this workshop will empower you to take control of your stress and thrive. That is next Tuesday, November 11th at 11 a.m. through Microsoft Teams. You don't even have to leave your laptop. For more information, check out our post after the show. And we've got a speech tournament coming up.
Yes. So our annual speech tournament, Speak Up, Speak Out, and Make Your Voice Heard at our annual speech tournament, it'll be happening Saturday, November 15th from 8:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. at our HCC Northline campus. This is for the novice and the experts. This is a good opportunity to hone skills, good opportunity to add something to your resume as a student. So for more information, check the details posted after the show.
You know, surveys show that people would rather pass away than public speaking.
And as outrageous as that is, I actually believe it. Yeah. But also, too, when we think about career readiness, workforce readiness, this is the thing that a lot of people don't realize, that speech capability, that ability to get up and present on the impact, your results, even when you're not in a field where you think you have to do it, it's just a good soft skill to have.
It's a good thing to have. Yep. Well, Cooking with Chef Toni is coming up, where every culture has a way to turn humble ingredients into flavor and connection. In this live cooking class, we'll explore how 3 global dips from the Levant, Peru, and Japan reflect centuries of culture, trade, and sustainability. Each uses simple, affordable ingredients that showcase how nothing needs to go to waste to make something extraordinary. And that is Monday, November 17th at 6 p.m. It's virtual via Zoom. So for more information, check out our post after the show. And if you want to take some courses during the winter session, you can.
And you can do it in 3 weeks. 3 weeks to earn that college credit, take one step closer to graduation, take classes during our winter break. Classes begin on December 16th. And if you're looking for these classes, look under the spring schedule. The spring schedule has been live since October 20th. So check details posted after the show about how to apply and enroll, because spring registration is open. That's our last announcement.
Exactly. Spring is open. HCC offers a variety of semester lengths and start dates in several modalities that include in-person, online anytime, online on a schedule, hybrid, and hybrid labs. So register early to get your preferred classes and times. And to learn more about HCC program start dates and options to cover costs, go to hccs.edu/apply. And coming up tomorrow, we'll learn about the new pharmacy technician program at Coleman College. And Friday, we'll check out all the upcoming events at the Houston Museum of Natural Science, the Sugar Land campus. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Sade, for a wonderful Wednesday.
Yes.
And we'll see you all next time.
Play Eric Amarola's Race Day Mix.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. If you could see you through my eyes instead of your ego, I believe you'd be surprised to see that you've been blind. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Yeah, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
3,
Charlie,
4.
you're gonna be late.
Charlie.
Huh?
Hey.
Hey, Invisinerd. Wait!
Things are slow at work.
We can't live like this. We have to do something.